In today's vlog, I want to talk about how to end the worry loop or the worry habit. Hi, I'm Nicole Burgess. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in Indiana and California. I'm also an empowerment coach to women. I often see clients who come to me because they're really stuck in whether it's worrying, it's called ruminating at times, and they really want that to stop or they want to figure out how to do things differently. Our brains are wired to really truly go towards the negative. And there are ways to build skills, which again is engaging the prefrontal cortex in order to change that loop or that pattern. Some of us are actually wired or a little more prone to anxiety or depression due to genetic components from families of origins, right? From your parents, from grandparents, all of that good stuff can come down. So it doesn't mean like, oh, because I have this, I have to, that's all I can do. It's more learning like, okay, I may have these things going on, but I'm also not my anxiety. There are ways to be able to work through that so that you feel more in control of your life versus the worrying taking everything over. So I'm going to give an example today of really kind of nail biting. That's one thing that I often hear from clients is nail biting or sometimes like clearing the throat when they become really nervous. So you have the emotion, which is nervousness or worry, that comes up. A thought has flown through or that an event is coming up like, yeah, you've got to give a presentation. And then a behavior happens. Our job is to begin to change the behavior because first you have the awareness, you're doing this behavior and you don't want to do the behavior anymore. In order to interrupt that, we need to switch and put a different behavior in there. So let's say, again, I've got a presentation coming up later this week. I can feel that nervousness coming up and I go and I start to bite my nails or I bite the little hangnails that are around it. This has become the habit for me whenever I feel nervousness or worried. So now that I'm more aware of, oh, wow, this is what I do all the time, and it's more unconscious because all those little neurons fire together, wire together, I want to change that neurological path. So now what I do is I can carry around like a squeeze ball, stress ball, whatever you want to call that, something that starts to shift. Instead of biting my nails off, I can squeeze that, or I can sit on my hands is another option. Your goal, right, is you feel that emotion that comes up, nervousness, worry, then you change the behaviors because you're interrupting that loop, squeeze the squeeze ball. And now it's just like, okay, I've got this. You start to build more confidence in yourself. And it literally engages the front part of your brain that you're no longer just kind of sitting there in there like, wow, I got temporary relief from nail biting, but now it's back again. It's like, okay, I'm doing something different. So I'm focusing on something different versus that worry. Another thing I will help clients do, again, I do a lot of mindfulness training. And so one thing you can also do when you notice that emotion come up in your body, then it's more kind of generated by the thoughts that go through your mind. One thing that you can do is start to notice your surroundings. What colors do you see? What smells do you smell? What sort of textures are you feeling? So if you're standing barefoot or if you're standing outside, is it warm? Is it cold? Are your clothes, are they soft? Are they scratchy? What do you hear going on? And then what do you taste? And no, that does not mean you have to be eating something to taste it. If you just kind of roll your tongue around in your mouth, you can feel, your teeth. And do you have a taste that's in your mouth? Maybe you just finished lunch or you just had a drink of water. That sort of thing is to help you kind of get back into your body and kind of out of your head. Again, breaking that loop of worry. As you begin to practice these new behaviors, these new things, your discomfort level may actually go up. And the other thing that I really remind clients of is having self-compassion. So when we lean into that place of fear, we lean into that place of worry, it's knowing that, yeah, that can increase before it starts to decrease again. Having self-compassion is really vital to the practice of just being more gentle with yourself. Things can get worse before they start to get better, normal, and you keep taking that step forward. As you do that, you become more confident and that you are able to change some of these old loops, old habits that are going on in your mind and in your life, that you begin to take that control back from the fears and the worries. No matter where you are right now in this loop, when you take action, you are changing anxiety. You are changing how you cope with it, how you deal with it. I remind folks or remind clients that when we take action, anxiety doesn't like it. So again, I call them kind of the fear gremlins that like to whisper in your ear or exaggerate things in your mind, exaggerate the stories that it's created about that future event that actually isn't even here yet. When we start to interrupt that loop and we take action, whether it's you're building your mindfulness practice, you're meditating, you're exercising, you're using a stress ball now instead of biting your nails, anxiety doesn't particularly like that. It says, wait a minute, I had control over you. I was one kind of driving your car. I was driving you where you needed to go. And you're saying, nope, I'm going to take that back. That's the beauty of you learning new skills, new coping skills, and you practicing something where you take control back over your life versus anxiety controlling you. If you're really struggling with this and you live within Indiana or California, I offer both in-office sessions and I do online telehealth as well. So feel free to give me a call or go to my website at NicoleCBurgess.com and you can schedule a 20-minute free consult so we can get something set up. Until next time, take care.